Hello, this is NFL Fan Freak once again to discuss what I believe is the top 32 coaches in the NFL currently. Now, some of these views may not be correct because some of them don't have experience yet, so we're dropped down purposely just because we're not sure how they'll finish. So don't be mad at me for you guys that have new coaches. We're not going to know until next year if they were going to be better than the other coaches. So that's why you're at the bottom of the list for now. So we'll have to see later what happens. My number one current coach in the NFL is Bill Belichick of the New England Patriots. Only because of the Super Bowls and stuff like that. He also is a well-rounded coach. He knows how to lead teams to playoff wins and victories and win his division year in and year out. And he always knows how to prepare his team. My second top coach is Mike Shanahan of the now Redskins. He used to be the Broncos coach, who was part of the John Elway era and all that. He's been a part of many Super Bowls with Elway, and that's probably why he got 2 instead of 1. I probably would have gave him 1 if he won more Super Bowls with Elway, but can't really do much. I mean, Elway pretty much rallied that team to win. My third ranked coach is Andy Reid of the Eagles, because he knows how to get his team also to the playoffs and prepare his team for key losses and stuff like that. Sure, he doesn't have a Super Bowl win, but he's been there and he knows how to get there. Jeff Fisher is kind of in the same situation as Andy Reid. A lot of wins, been in the NFL a long time. No really Super Bowl wins, but he's been in the Super Bowl against what was called the Greatest Show on Turf, when they fell just 1 yard short of possibly what could have been a game winner. The Panthers, John Fox has been in a Super Bowl as well, like Jeff Fisher and Reid, and lost to the Patriots on an Adam Vinatieri field goal. So he knows what it's like to be there and win games. Now, of course, a couple now down the road, they're kind of struggling, but once they get their team back together, I'm pretty sure he'll be good again. Tom Coughlin, who won a Super Bowl, but has had struggles, playoffs, and regular seasons before that, which is why I didn't really rank him higher than John Fox or Jeff Fisher. I mean, trust me, he's a great coach, but just because of key losses in playoffs and not good seasons, it kind of brought him down a little bit on my list. Sean Payton comes in number 7, finally getting his first Super Bowl and getting to his team to the playoffs for the second time with the Saints. He's kind of high on this list also because of the key playoff wins, but low in a way because he has not been in the NFL that long. Mike Tomlin's also in the same situation with his Super Bowl win with the Steelers twice now. So he, just because of key losses, but he knows how to coach a team very well. He should probably move up on this list soon. He just needs more victories and well-off seasons, and then I'll be. My number 9 coach currently is Jim Caldwell of the Colts, who got to the Super Bowl last year and lost in his first season as a coach. So he may drop or rise, just as right now he's 9 just because of what he did last season. Number 10, Ken Whisenhunt, who led the Cardinals to their first Super Bowl in a long time. Couldn't get them the championship against the Steelers, but gave them a really well game and coached that team very well with Kurt Warner and all of them. Coming up next is another Super Bowl contender that lost, Lovie Smith of the Bears, who lost to the Colts in Super Bowl XLI. He's had his struggles with his teams now more recently with quarterback issues, but now that they got a pretty much all-around good quarterback, they should be back at their top level if their defense can start backing up the defense like they used to. That was kind of a weird wording, but sorry. John Harbaugh of the Ravens, no Super Bowls, but a lot of playoff appearances since he's joined in the NFL, the AFC Championships, divisional rounds. He knows how to coach his teams to winning season and get his divisional winners. Brad Childress of the Vikings is coming in at number 13. He led his team all the way to the NFC Championship last year, only lose to the Super Bowl winning Saints with Brett Favre, who they're still trying to hope comes back. Brad Childress kind of fell down a little bit on my list because he hasn't had much key wins yet, so I think once he gets to the Super Bowl, he might rise pretty well up on my list. Win or lose that Super Bowl, of course. Rex Ryan, who's also kind of a new coach for the NFL, led the Jets all the way to the AFC Championship to lose to the Colts. Kind of like the same thing Brad Childress did, except he's been less in the league. He's not that high just because he's kind of new to the NFL, so no offense, Jets fans. Coming in 15th is Norm Turner, who is the Chargers coach. Led them to a lot of playoffs and stuff, but so far he's not doing as well as God, I forget his name now, sorry. But I believe he will coach them up to an AFC Championship again and possibly a Super Bowl if he gets the chance. Eric Mangini, who was the Jets coach, is now the Browns coach, so he might kind of drop down because now he's going to have a worse team. But with the Jets, he had many AFC Championships and top offensive teams and stuff like that, and was a high AFC North contender, or not Northeast contender. Wade Phillips of the Cowboys is up on this list now since he won a playoff game. He'd probably be like down in the deep 20s, but he's up in 17 because he got his first playoff game finally. So if he continues doing what he's doing, he will rise and be a promising coach. Marvin Lewis of the Bengals won their division last year and won a couple of years ago. Has coached the team very well for the Bengals, obviously. I believe he'll have another good year this year with the team he's got, with his new additions to the team and the weapons he'll have for Carson Palmer. They'll be a very good contender for the AFC Championship and maybe possibly another competition in the Super Bowl. Mike Smith of the Falcons had a alright year when he came in with new quarterback Matt Ryan and led them to all the way to the playoffs and our NFC Championships almost, and almost winning all the way up to the Super Bowl with a rookie quarterback, kind of like Harbaugh did with Flacco in a way. So just because of key wins he's had, he's kind of up in the top 20. Coming at number 20 is Mike McCarthy, the new Packers coach, who will probably really rise up to this season due to the amazing team he's going to have this year. Led them to the playoffs and stuff like that. So he's kind of lower just because of the same reasons some of them, the others are lower, not much key wins, you know. So we'll have to kind of wait and see how he does. Josh McDaniels, the new Broncos coach, led the Broncos to a very well-off season last year, had some tough losses and stuff. They were off to like a 9-0 start until it kind of went downhill. But I believe he'll be back this year with a good team and be a good contender for, to rise up on the coaching list for next year when I do this. Gary Kubiak of the Texans. The Texans will have a high-powered offense, so they will be a pretty good playoff contender again, like they were when they first started off. So he'll finally be able to rise himself up on the list and have playoffs finally mentioned with his name. Jack Del Rio, this falling actually on my list, he probably would be up there away, but just because the Jaguars are starting to struggle more and having worse season, he dropped way down, and they're going to probably have more worse seasons now until they get their team pretty much back up and running. Tony Soprano of the Dolphins had his rundown season and bringing the team back up from pretty much down in the dirt to amazing, with Bill Parcells also as well helping him out. With the new Wildcat offense, he pretty much inspired. So he probably will also rise. A lot of these will probably rise. I can't really see much of them dropping from where they are. Tom Cable, the Raiders, had an impressive year this last year by leading the Raiders to a couple wins after being one of the worst teams in the NFL for the past couple of years, and giving them key wins, stepping in for Lane Kiffin when they were struggling and pretty much rebounding that team. And I thought he was a very good coach for doing that. The new coach of the 49ers, Mike Singletary, part of the 85 Bears, he has a Super Bowl experience, so I guess that's why I kind of give him more of an edge, because he knows how to lead a tough defense, one of the toughest defenses pretty much of ever in history, NFL history. And he's the coach of the 49ers. So he's had his ups and downs last season. Todd Haley, the Chiefs coach, kind of new as well, since Edwards isn't there anymore. Herman Edwards isn't there anymore. So he kind of dropped down because he had an okay season with Castle in his first year. Then next is Raheem Morris, the new Bucks coach. These pretty much the bottom 28 through 32 are in no order. They're just kind of random. Jim Schwartz, the Lions, is going to be stepping in. Steve Spagnuolo, the Rams, had not so good year last year, and he lost his ranked worst team this year. Hopefully they will rebound and he'll get himself back up on the list and not be along with all these coaches that don't even have records yet. Champ Bailey, the new Bills coach, comes in at 31st on this, and Pete Carroll comes in 32nd from the Seahawks, and I believe he will be probably the best of the bottom 28 that don't have records, because he just has a very good team that's going to be around him, and key additions will make him do very good. So we'll have to wait and see how every coach does this year, and a lot of those will change around, and maybe shocked by some of them, and maybe not. We'll just have to see. So, thanks.